Welcome back once again to the Project GenX podcast. I am one of your hosts, Alan Smith, along with...
Hey, you actually got it out that time.
I got it out that time.
I'm the other guy, Big Dave.
Yes, and Chloe, you can hear kind of walking around in the background. And
Sweet puppy.
Yeah, she's okay. She'll settle down here in a minute and everything will be okay. We're trying this again because we were doing an experiment and it did not work well. This is
take 14.
Yeah, something like that. This is the actual... take one. Actually, it's the actual take 2 of the full recording. And
sucks when you get 5 minutes in and go, this
isn't working. I know. So we had in a previous couple of episodes, we had done where we watched a mystery tape that I had,
the mystery videotape.
Yeah, that I had found in a box of old videotapes.
I'm just glad it was actually music videos and not what I thought it might be.
Would not be surprised if there was maybe something like that in there.
Oh no!
And there's a reason why. It comes from when I was working at the video store. So yeah, and. So anyway, but who knows? Along those same lines, I also found a box of audio cassettes, and I went through some of them just to kind of see what was on there. I had a bunch of of concert bootlegs that I had purchased years ago, or a couple of them that I'd actually recorded myself, and that was kind of cool. And so I was wanting to transfer them over to digital, because I do have I have a cassette deck, a dual cassette deck sitting here.
This thing is a giant cassette
deck. It's an old Techwood, and it is. I just don't listen to cassettes anymore, but I knew I had some stuff on cassette that I wanted over. So I broke it out and I started listening, and I found out that I had these mixtapes.
Uh-oh.
They're all from the 90s,
okay,
or early 2000s, somewhere in there. And I say that because this first cassette tape that we're going to go through, I have no idea really what's on a lot of it.
Oh, did somebody give you a mixtape?
I don't know. I think so, and I don't know who. That's the big thing. I have no clue. Because
you should have written a name on it, because making somebody a mixtape back in the day was blood, sweat, and tears.
But we're talking about over 20 years ago, and I have no clue. And I can't imagine why I would have this tape because of some of the stuff that's on here.
Somebody put blood, sweat, and tears in a mixtape for you, and you have no idea
the other cassettes that I have here, and we're going to go through several of them. We're not going to listen to the entire tapes, obviously, but we'll go through and just kind of hit the what's going on. This is, I just have no clue about this tape, where it came from. Okay, that's all I can say. So we're gonna start this right now. Make sure we're not too loud here.
No, it shouldn't be too loud.
I don't know what. Again, looks like something was recorded over.
Subject.
I knew about this one, and we had already kind of looked. This is, obviously this is Will Smith. Just the two of us
before he lost his
mind.
mind.
And this is from. What was it, 98, I think, when this album came out? Because this is the one that had Getting Jiggy With It and Miami and all that kind of stuff on here.
Yeah.
This was kind of like Will Smith, at the height of being Will Smith, And so, again, I always liked this song, but I can't imagine having it
on a tape,
because, and also the fact that the reason that I have these tapes is because at the time I had my Jeep had a cassette player in it. It didn't have a CD player. I got one eventually, but so it was. Go ahead and turn it. Yeah, we know this is just the two of us. With the cool thing about this is we get to fast forward to the next spot to see what's on here. I'm really kind of curious to see what some of this is. But I had a bunch of cassettes I used to keep in my Jeep.
Oh yeah,
where
me too.
I could listen.
The Jeep, the Camaro,
and
the station wagon.
Yeah, so that's now I did. And the thing is I did have a portable CD player that that had the cassette thing to it. That was not always so great for a Jeep because
no. But what's sad is that the car that I'm in now still has a what was that?
Oh, I don't know. See, it this is supposed to
stop when you get to a break.
See, this is the very end of the song.
Yeah.
So
am I getting paid for this, Dad?
Now that was cute. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is this?
It's country music.
It sounds like it.
Is it Trisha?
I don't know.
No, it's...
What is this?
I have no idea, but that's not Trisha.
Why do I have it? That's the next question. You know what I'm going to do? Hold up. Let it keep going. I'm going to Shazam this stuff. If I can.
And it's not real great quality either.
No result.
I have no idea who this is. Oh, wait, I remember this song. It's Holes in the Floor of Heaven is the name of the song if you want to try to look it up.
Holes in the Floor of Heaven?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Wow. Holes in the Floor of Heaven.
Yeah. So far it's just
the
the two of us.
Co-written and recorded by American country music artist Steve Wariner. I don't know why I would have Steve Wariner.
That makes no sense whatsoever. What's the matter? Don't tell me this thing's already taking a crap on us again.
No. I know what's going on here.
So Steve Wariner, huh?
So,
that thing's still going forward, isn't it?
Yeah, we're good. Okay. We're good now.
You're still
shoot.
You're still fat.
A
different recording program.
I don't know. We'll figure out something. All right, we're back again. Sorry, guys. We there was a small hiccup there. Where were we? Hold on.
You had Steve Wariner.
All right, we're fast forward. I have no idea why I would have this song. I know I've said it a couple times. I really don't. Somebody had to have given me this.
Oh yeah, but they had just the two of us, and evidently they abruptly died because there's
holes in the floor of heaven. And let's see where we are.
It's still there.
This is this tape deck is supposed to do where it stops whenever it gets to a
space. That sounds more like what I'd expect you to be listening to. Oh, that was a hard edit.
Okay. What is this? It's something.
Listen to that chorus and echo on it, though.
Mm-hmm. I bet it's. I have no idea. Why do I have this? Is that Jeff Tate? No, it's not Jeff Tate.
No, that's not Jeff Tate. Okay, I'm going to try to...
I know, I'm trying to like Shazam this stuff, and it's like...
Siri, who is this?
This is so bizarre that, I mean...
It is Jeff Tate. It's Take Hold the Flame.
I thought that was Jeff Tate. I was like, yeah, okay.
It didn't sound like Jeff Tate.
No, that sounded dead up like Jeff Tate. But
okay,
yeah, Jeff Tate was from Queensryche.
But this says it is Queensryche. Take Hold of Flame.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what album it's off of.
This is just bizarre. I have no idea.
Wow.
Plus the fact that is such a jump. It was
from Will Smith to Steve
Wariner to Queensryche. Like, who did this?
Which one of your ex-girlfriends put this together for you?
Or are friends?
I don't know.
Oh, I know it. I think I know what this is.
Is this? Have we kicked over to name that tune?
Let's see. What is this? Yes. This is Jesus Freak by DC Talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Completely ripping off Nirvana here, But yeah, this is Jesus Freak.
Did this come out after Nirvana?
This came out like 95, 96.
Okay.
Something. Yeah, 95, I think. Yeah, this is a bizarre jump. Again, how in the world? You don't remember this song?
No.
Oh yeah, this was like their big album, and but yeah, okay. So far we have Will Smith,
Yeah.
Steve Wariner,
Get next song.
Queensryche, and Jesus Freak by DC Talk.
DC Talk. Move on to the next song. This is the weirdest mixtape I think I've heard.
This is the strange. You know,
you think you may have an idea of where it came from now?
I don't. I have no clue. Especially the Queensryche is the thing that's well, the Queensryche and the Steve Wariner are the things that are really throwing me off here.
I really hope that the person who made this for you is listening right now. It is like screaming at their phone.
Okay, here's the next. Let's see if this works. That's the end of Jesus Freak.
Yeah.
I know that. I don't know why my. Okay, yeah, this is the very end of it right here. So we're going to get into the next song now, and this sounds familiar. Oh, you know who this is? This is Ananethum. Ananethum is the name of the band.
I have no idea.
What's the name of the band? You'll recognize the song. You remember this song?
No, I don't.
You don't remember that? It was a minor radio hit. Like the Buzz used to play it quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really strange mixtape. This is a poorly done mixtape.
I don't know. Just wait till it gets to the chorus. You'll recognize the song. Here he goes.
No, I don't know this
Hold on,
song.
just wait till it gets to the chorus. This is like from like 2000 maybe. You don't remember this?
I have no idea about
the
this
name
song.
of the band is like Ananethum or something like that.
Okay.
It's one of those bands that was trying to be smarter than they actually are, you know, with naming their song, their band, you know.
That so far, this is like one of the worst mixtapes I've ever heard.
Weird.
Like, there's been no planning in this.
No.
There's no flow. There's no rhythm.
I'm starting to think.
What? Just say it.
I'm starting to think Brody put this together.
Brody put this
For
together?
something. I don't know, and I don't know why I have. I mean, well, of course, we lived together for 2.5 years, so I mean, it might have gotten just stuck in with some stuff. And the reason why I say that is he's a huge Queensryche fan.
Okay.
And I remember he loved that, and he likes DC, and he's a big DC Talk fan too.
Okay.
And I remember him loving that song, that what I didn't know.
Okay.
And Anathem. So I'm kind of starting to wonder, what is this? Okay, I'm breaking in here because I've done a little bit of research after the fact, and I found out that this song is the Philosopher Kings with a song called Fingernails to Claws. This is most definitely a mixtape that Brody put together because I don't know anyone else who liked the Philosopher Kings. So I will be back to let you know what the next one is when we get to it.
Okay, take this tape. You need to take this tape.
And burn it.
And burn it.
Who is this?
I have no idea.
Is
who
this
I have no idea. And Brody, if this is your mixtape, I apologize, but
oh, he's got terrible taste in music.
this is the worst mixtape I've ever heard in my life. Like, what is this? This makes no sense.
I don't know. I wish we could Shazam this. I don't know. We're just not getting any.
Go on. Get rid of this tape. Let's move on to the next tape.
Hold on. Let's see what else is on here, because who knows? Maybe we'll find a hidden gem. I doubt it, but Who knows? Let's see. Where are we?
This is gonna be like the worst podcast ever.
Hold on.
I think
that's still the same song.
I think it's the end of it, though. It was starting to fade.
I guess that's the way that it's meant to be.
And now we're back to country
music.
If you're gonna ride, you gotta learn to fall. But where do I fit in the picture?
I remember the song.
Oh God. Okay.
Or do I really
Those years that I had to work at the boot place.
Yeah.
It was all country. I remember the song. It's got that fabulous late 80s.
Oh, that's 90s. Everything.
That country slap.
Athenaeum is the name of the band.
Athenaeum?
Yeah, the name of the song is What I Didn't Know.
Okay, what about this one?
I don't know. What was the last line of that chorus?
Where do I fit in the picture?
Well, it looks like
Where do I fit in the picture?
Country song.
Clay Walker.
I forgot about Clay Walker. Dang.
Clay Walker was one of those also-rans in the 90s country. It's
Where do I fit in the picture?
You were right. This has got to be one of the worst mixtapes I've ever heard. Which actually makes it kind of fun. Let's see what's next.
Does it?
What the hell? Well, The Hell is a band called Agents of Good Roots. I have never heard of them before in my life. The name of the song is Smiling Up the Frown. I got nothing. If this is Edwin McCain, I know this is Brody's.
Surely it's not Edwin McCain, though.
Edwin McCain used a lot of sax in this stuff.
Did he really?
Yeah. Hold on. Apparently, it's just all music.
This is painful.
I have no idea what this is.
It's terrible. That's what it is. Next. Excuse me.
Wait, that voice sounds familiar. Is that Dave Matthews?
No.
This is terrible.
I'm going to be Simon Cowell. That's a no for me.
Oh my goodness! Like I said, I have no clue.
So, out of all the tapes you could choose from, you picked the worst mixtape out of every.
In case you're wondering, this one is called "Do You Know What Love Is" by the group Guardian. And if you've never heard of Guardian, that's because they were a Christian hair metal band from the 90s. Yes, hair metal still reigned in the 90s for some reason in the Christian music. So now you know.
What is this crap? I'm blaming Brody for this. Call Brody right now.
No, hold up.
Oh, that's just garbage, man.
Hold on.
I mean, this is awful. I can't believe you're subjecting me to this, let alone everybody else that's listening.
Do you know what love is?
I'm glad the song's over. What is this?
I don't know. So this is Stephen Curtis Chapman with a song called Maria. If you're not aware, Stephen Curtis Chapman was a contemporary Christian artist. This was actually off one of his biggest albums, The Great Adventure. I was never a huge fan of his, so I don't recognize the song. But upon listening to it, now that I know, it makes perfect sense. try something here real quick.
I feel like there should be.
She's too young to understand.
Are you kidding?
Old enough to feel the pain.
This is like the worst mixtape ever.
No love,
And it's not even music that anybody knows.
no hope for change. Maria, the world is an angel.
I don't understand why Spotify is not picking up any of this. It's plenty loud enough for it too.
Don't show. And with
Okay, next song, please.
This is
her heart is growing.
what is this?
Just
This is terrible.
pick a new tape, please. I'll pay you money
Oh.
at this point.
Who's gonna touch her with the tenderness she longs?
Please don't do this to me. Can we move on to the next tape,
No.
please? This is painful.
She's got a hunger deep.
I bet you anything that's a Christian artist.
I'm blaming Brody for this. Call him right now and let's
No.
berate him over his terrible choice of music choice.
Hold on. This is wow. Oh, we got part of a song and then it cut off. Is there anything else?
That's my favorite part of this tape so far.
You like the part where it's quiet?
Where we don't have to listen to any of that terrible music ever again.
We're at the. Here we go.
No. Did
Yep.
you really just flip that over
I
and
did
put it
just
back
flip
in?
that over.
Oh,
This is what we're here
no.
for. This is what we're here for. This is why we get paid the big bucks.
This is why we're broke.
So I tried Shazamming this one and could not find it at all. I tried looking up lyrics. I did all kinds of stuff. This one is still a mystery. So if you have any insight, please email us at projectgenxpod@gmail.com. Maybe we can finally put this one to rest. Okay, there's one more after this.
I am the wind blowing through your hair. I am the angel.
What is this?
The fact that I have not recognized a single song off of any of this.
Yeah, you did. The very first song. This has got to be a Brody mixtape. It's got to be.
I feel like at this point, just go ahead and shut this off. Just hit stop. Hit stop.
No. Hold on. I
at this
was hoping
point-
maybe we get to the chorus and I'd kind of recognize.
At this point, we need to stop this tape. We need to have an episode where we bring Brody on. And I'm not going to feel bad about this because I know he won't listen to the show.
That's true.
We need to bring Brody on and play this stuff for him
And have him explain his actions.
and have him explain his actions and have an intervention for this man. This is not getting better at this point.
Okay, and for our final installment here, it actually did get a little bit better. We just didn't know it. This is a song called Crying by Joe Satriani. If you don't know, Joe Satriani is a guitar virtuoso. He played a lot in the 80s, in the heavy metal stuff. He comes kind of in that same line. Like, he taught Steve Vai how to play guitar, and he's got that same line with Yngwie Malmsteen and all that. Anyway, so this one actually did have a little bit of cred. A little bit, not much. So anyways, that's it for the break-ins, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. I wonder if this is his sex tape. Like, this is what he puts on when he's like, trying to set the mood. I don't know what this is, but it's terrible.
I didn't need that image in my head.
It just keeps going. It won't stop.
It would stop if you would throw that tape away.
This song goes on forever.
Well, we definitely know it's not his tape then.
Watch, this will be the one episode he listens to. apparently this is just long instrumental. This whatever this is.
Stop it now.
Oh, it stopped on its own. There we go. So what's coming up? What do we got? What do we got? What's next? Maybe there's nothing.
Oh, please let there be nothing.
Hold on, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Apparently we are out of this tape, so...
Give me that tape. Give me that tape.
No.
You need to write...
I'm going to confront about that one.
We need to do that on the show. We need to do that on the show. He
All
needs
right.
to explain himself.
New tape. So this is another one...
What kind of tape is this?
I don't...
Get the tape out and let's actually look and see.
It's a hi-fi, a Sony hi-fi... It's a 90-minute tape. I don't know.
Okay.
That's all it says. Type 1 normal bias.
Oh, regular cassette tape.
Yep. Yeah, it's not one of the fancy.
This is one of them that you could get a pack of 3 for like $3.99. Oh, okay.
Okay, this would be something. Okay, this sounds like. Okay, this is Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Real world.
It just
Sounds like the tape is not doing too well.
Tape is not doing real well. Okay, so that's a good song.
Yeah, it's an all right song.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite Matchbox 20 song,
let's
but it was
see
a
if-
single. It was a hit song.
Let's see if this mixtape's a little bit better.
Let's see what goes on to the next one. The cool thing about that is that if this thing works the way it's supposed to, we can just kind of listen to the first parts of whatever, you know.
Yeah. Does it appear to be working?
I don't know. Apparently, because I
Okay.
stopped it and it was still,
Yeah.
you know. Let's see. Oh, there you go. It stopped.
All right.
It's working now.
Let's see what we got now.
More Matchbox 20.
Okay.
Little push. This is probably my favorite song by them.
I would agree.
The lyric that I love in this song is from the second verse.
Yeah.
And it's a tragic lyric, and I don't think that they get enough credit for their lyrics sometimes. But it says, actually, that was it right there.
Nice.
I don't know if I've ever been really loved by a hand that's ever touched me. That is just tragic.
Yeah.
You know?
What's the one where he's talking to voices on the train? I can't think of the name of the song.
You're talking about lights, bright lights, or whatever it is, or
no, it's the one where he's gone slightly mad.
Unwell.
Yeah.
I'm
That-
not
that's
crazy.
a- that's-
you know what?
that's
I like that
another
song,
really
except
good
I hate
song.
the banjo in that song. That's the one thing I hate about that song is the banjo.
I can't disagree with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
All right, so we got. So yeah, this is definitely a late '90s something that I put together because it's got Matchbox 20 on it, and I was really into those. I really that first album
Was a pretty good album.
is a good album. It's my favorite, honestly. Outside of Push, my favorite stuff off of that album is a lot of the album stuff, like the album cuts
The deeper
that you
cuts?
don't know.
Yeah.
That's just in. Let's be honest, Rob Thomas is not exactly a great singer, and
He's more of a songwriter. If
Yeah.
anything. I'll be Edwin McCain.
Yep. So this would have been 98,
Probably.
somewhere around there.
Probably. I'm embarrassed to say this was one of my karaoke songs.
I've done it in karaoke a number of times, and it was a decent song. You know, that was the whole thing. It's like I remember Edwin McCain. Hold on, what's the next?
Uh-oh.
Hold on. We
Yeah,
cannot
pause
go
it.
there. Edwin McCain is one of those artists. Like I saw him, in '95. I went to see Hootie and the Blowfish,
Okay.
and Edwin McCain opened.
Sure.
And I remember being impressed with him. Like,
Well, the guy's got pipes.
yeah, and it was one of those things that, like, Solitude came out right after that, and that's the one that Darius Rucker sings on, you
Yeah.
know? And I was like, okay, and I remember going and getting that album, Honor Among Thieves, and listening to it, and like, man, this is actually pretty good. Some of it was okay, but most of it was pretty good. So it's one of those things, I was already familiar with Edwin McCain, and then a few years later when I'll Be
Yeah.
hit the radio, which we can thank Dawson's Creek for.
Yes, absolutely.
And
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I did the song justice. I feel like I was okay with it.
I have heard some people really butcher that song before.
Yeah.
I mean, really butcher that song.
It's when you get to the bridge,
Right.
when you have to hold that note out.
Right.
You either can hold it out
Or you can't.
Or you can't.
Okay, what's this? Do we have? Is it up?
It's up.
Ah. Well, Gin Blossoms. Allison Road.
Yep. This is definitely one of your mixes.
I love the Gin Blossoms. This is, yeah.
This tape has seen better days.
This
though.
tape, well, it's a 20-plus-year-old tape, you know.
Wow. All right, what we got next?
Hold on. Let me see if...
So we've definitely got some Matchbox 20. We got some Edwin McCain.
We got some Gin Blossoms and...
excuse me.
Phil Brown, and we got some Gas and...
It's that first mixtape. It did it to me.
That
it gave me indigestion.
That baffles me because I would have never put any of that stuff on anything. Like I would have never listened. I mean, the Will Smith aside, John Mellencamp,
okay,
Dance Naked. I love this song. I have always loved this song.
Yeah. But you notice that a lot of these songs are about the same tempo. They're about the same timbre.
Right.
You know, it's kind of a good mix. This is probably a riding around tape for you.
Probably. It could have been. Who knows? I mean, it's like, I think that we're going to find some other stuff on some other... Oh, here we go. What's next? Let's see here. Is that it?
I think that was it.
Nope.
Huh.
Hold up. Bob Dylan?
Dylan.
Once upon a time, you dressed so fine.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love this song.
I don't
But
see you putting these two together.
That one's kind of strange.
I bet you recorded over something else.
Maybe. Chloe doesn't like it much either. You can tell her. That's an odd transition from Gin Blossoms to Dylan. I don't know. That's
kind of interesting.
Yeah,
choices.
That's I mean, who knows?
If the next one gets worse, we may have to try you for Crimes
Always
Against
forget
Music
that
again.
Dylan. That song is a long song. It's like 4.5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. I know sometimes there's a lot of lead in between, but sometimes there isn't. Sometimes it just goes right straight into the next song.
Yeah.
It depends.
Sounds like a whole lot of silence to me.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me fast forward a little bit.
Oh,
Wallflowers.
Yeah, Wallflowers.
Now that's funny going from Bob Dylan to Jacob Dylan.
Yeah. Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the only decent Wallflowers album out.
Oh, that Bringing Down the Horse is a great album from beginning to end. There's
album.
not a bad song on there. When they put out Breach, there are a couple of good songs on there. I said a couple of good songs on there, but most of it. Now, they did a song later, or they did an album later, like several years later, that was actually pretty good. That was more of a return to this type of stuff. But, you know, the band went through some serious changes because really and truly the Wallflowers is Jacob Dylan and whoever he decides he wants to play with.
Yeah.
Most people forget that they had an album prior to Bringing Down the Horse that sounded nothing like,
terrible.
and it is bad. It is real bad.
I think probably what soured me on them was when there was a concert where there was several bands, like maybe it was a River Stages or something, and they came out and they played, and you could tell he was hammered.
No, they did play River Stages one year. I remember.
Calls himself.
Oh, I know it.
Oh, play that! I bet that's.
I'm not doing anything.
But you had to do it.
This tape is just messed up, but this is a great song.
Yeah, it is.
This is Tito and the Tarantula. This is Strange Face of Love off of the Desperado soundtrack. And this tape is definitely messed up.
Yeah. For a minute, I thought you'd found one of my old air check tapes because I used to use some quotes off of Desperado. Wow,
this tape is really messed up.
Yeah, it's probably sat out in the heat too much.
It probably did.
Let's see what else we got on there.
All right, that's a great song though.
But I used to use a lot of.
Go and check out that Desperado soundtrack if you haven't heard it, because that thing. I mean, it's like Mark Knopfler. It's got Tito and Tarantula. It's got a bunch of stuff.
It's got Link Ray.
Link Ray is on it. Yes, it is. Of course, it's Robert Rodriguez. And they use kind of in that Quentin Tarantino.
Because he and Quentin were big buddies.
Don't Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
okay.
love this song.
I do love
yeah.
this song.
I think
do
this was
love
pretty
this
much on every mixtape you've ever made.
No. It's on some of my playlists, or it's on a couple of my playlists, but they're very specific. Like these days, I find that when I make these days when I make playlists, I get very specific about what's on there. So you won't go through my playlist and find the same songs over and over again, if I can help it.
But you know what? I got a fever.
A fever.
I got a fever.
Got a fever.
No,
It's only some cowbell.
I need more cowbell.
That was a funny sketch. That's like, too bad that it kind of became what it became, where it was just like
kind of
oh,
ruined
God.
Walken's life there for a good long
it
while.
ruined that song. I mean, it's because it's one of those things that again, whenever
Yeah.
Is that it? Hold on, I think that might be it.
I
for
think
this
that's it for
side.
that
Oh, that's
tape.
it for
That's
this
it.
side. That was side one.
Side A.
See, Verve Pipe.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, we were definitely in the 90s.
Yeah. I do believe this is one of your Jeep riding
Oh, I'm
around
sure it
tapes.
is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. This is, yeah. It's going to be fun to because we've got 5 more tapes to go through.
Somebody just groaned out in the audience. I heard them from here. 5 more tapes. I can't take any more of this episode.
You'll be all right. So,
That's still Verve Pipe.
yeah, this is the end of it, though. See? There's that last chord.
It's the best part of the song.
Whatever. I like that. That's a
it's
good
over.
song.
It's
man.
okay.
It's a
not
good
great.
song. It's not great, but it's a good song. It's a sad song. So, come on. What's next? What's next?
You only
What's
had
next?
one song on the B side.
It could very well happen. That's, nope.
Oh, Hendrix.
All on the Watchtower. What it is because, once CD players, when you would get, the combo stuff,
Yeah.
it made it a lot easier to make, so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, the tape can keep playing and I can just switch CDs out.
Yeah.
Type stuff. And so sometimes there winds up being more time, and then so there's not that edit,
Yeah.
but you wind up with a little more tape, a little more lead time and everything. So
See, the perfectionist in me always tried to eliminate that big long thing of space.
yeah, but then you get that little back in it and everything, So
Well, I had actually figured out a way to crossfade between them at one point. I was using 3 recorders and
okay,
crossfading.
there's the end of that one. Okay, so what's next? That again? That's kind of more Hendrix.
More Hendrix.
A little "Wind Cries Mary," which I love this song, man.
I'm gonna turn this up a little bit.
Yeah, this is like the Hendrix that a lot of people don't know, and they should.
all the jets are in the boxes.
I know
It's got such a feel to it. All right, what else? What's
do.
So double shot of Hendrix. That's not
All right.
bad.
I'm going to tell a story about it. Let this play. 'Cause
All right.
I got to set the scene here.
Okay.
So, you may remember when I was living upstairs here, around this era.
Yeah.
And you probably remember that on the back side of my bedroom door, I had a crow
Yes.
poster that was up there. It was actually the black light, Brandon Lee sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
Well,
With the crow on his shoulder.
there was another poster that used to be in that same spot prior to that.
Okay.
It was an Anna Nicole Smith Playboy poster. Okay, and it wasn't revealing or anything. It was just Anna Nicole Smith. It was black and white, and she was in a one-piece lingerie,
Yeah.
with the garters and all that kind of stuff. I used to listen to this song and sing to that poster.
Oh no!
Because I was all about me some Anna Nicole Smith back then, and she was gorgeous until she got really strung out, type stuff. I loved me some Anna Nicole Smith back in the day. So
Wow.
I know. This is embarrassing. See, you didn't think you were gonna get this kind of commentary. There's a lot of confessional stuff here I probably shouldn't be doing, but yeah, I very distinctly remember that Anna Nicole Smith poster hanging on the back of that door.
Wow.
So yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah. And I have an association with that song from here on out.
Gotcha.
'Cause, yeah, playing music or I was listening to music and singing and daydreaming.
Police.
All right. This was when I still
Message in
liked
a
them
bottle.
a little bit, and I always loved this song, okay?
This is a great song.
He said, I'm not a big Police fan. This song is okay.
I like that song. I like the Police.
Yeah.
I don't like Stuart Copeland.
I know you've said that many times. Well, I don't like Sting, so I guess that means we can only like Andy Summer. That's or Andy. What's his name? Fuck.
It doesn't matter. That guy is an amazing guitar
Yeah.
player. That guy
Is
knows.
it Andy Summer? Or is that his
Yeah,
name?
I think so.
it's like-
That guy has forgotten more chords than
Oh, I
either
know,
of us
I
will ever
know.
learn.
I remember learning to play or trying to learn to play Every Breath You Take.
Yeah.
And that guitar chord, I'm like, my hand doesn't stretch that far. Like, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's a no joke chord
I know
right there.
it's and you got to maintain it all the way through the entire song. It's like,
Yeah, you do.
geez. So what's next? Oh yeah, little Robert,
Matthew Sweet.
Matthew Sweet. Yeah, I started to say Robert Sweet. I was like, that's not right. Yeah, I always like Matthew Sweet, but this song is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
all of his stuff is really good, honestly.
Sorry, I can't.
That's all right. That's a great song, man. We did this one for Rob's birthday way back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is one of the songs we did that the Augie Stardust, like, that was what he loved. He loves Matthew Sweet. I mean, he loves Matthew Sweet. So I was like, all right, we'll do this song,
Where was that at?
Was that at Springwater?
Springwater.
Yeah.
Oh, I did show up for
That's
that.
right. You were
didn't I?
there
Yeah.
for that. That was the debut of Augie Stardust. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was took everybody by surprise that night.
You do not have the legs for fishnets, my friend.
Oh, yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Now, what was funny about that, before I go into this, talking about that, the debut of Augie Stardust and everybody being like, oh, my God, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. What was so funny is that Jay, I'd known him from college and that kind of stuff, and his whole thing, like, later, whenever somebody's like, I couldn't believe you did that, and he was like, dude, if you hadn't seen Alan in a dress, you just haven't hung around long enough.
That could be said about several things about you.
It's true. So
What's next? Bryan Adams.
still cuts like a knife, man.
Nice.
Dude, this song, love this song, okay? I've always loved this song. This is a tough song to sing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot higher. Like, Bryan Adams does not get the credit that he deserves for his vocals. I mean,
Guy
it's
had
like,
pipes.
Yeah.
That's all there was to it.
and it's always one of those you get like, okay, this is a little, okay, this is kind of getting up into the register, but nothing big. Then you get to the chorus, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a second.
You're screwed.
Yeah. So I'm noticing a trend here of these are like all like really like mid and slow tempo.
Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, some of them have been a little,
I bet these were all songs that you were trying to learn to sing and
maybe, I don't know.
maybe tried to stretch your vocal range.
Maybe.
A
The
little
only
bit.
one, I guess, Allison Road is a little more up tempo, and that first Matchbox 20 song, the Real World.
Yeah.
But the rest of these have all been pretty much mid tempo stuff. Beth. Not Beth. Hard Luck Woman.
Yeah, there
Kiss.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Probably the only Kiss song I still like.
really?
Yeah. Telling you a hard luck woman. Yeah. And
That's interesting.
I'm not even a big Kiss fan, so I don't know. Who knows? Kiss has always been one of those bands that like I've tried to like them several times, and I just
Yeah.
can't do it. There's something.
It comes and goes in phases for me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird. I think these were probably this. Yeah, little Springsteen.
Yeah.
Little Thunder Road. Definitely a song that I love.
Nice. All right.
All right, yeah. Climbing back heavens, waiting down on the track.
Uh-oh.
I love.
That's still Bruce.
Still, yeah. Well, Bruce could go on for 2 hours. That's This is the end of it, at least. Okay, there we go. Okay. More Bruce Springsteen. The Secret Garden.
Yep.
Okay, I've got a bone to pick on this one real quick.
Okay.
I like this song. Okay.
Yeah.
This was on his greatest hits, what he released in like the mid '90s, you know, and
Yeah.
that was a pretty decent compilation, you know. I mean, it's not his best, like especially if you're going to get like a really comprehensive or like look.
I feel
at
like
his
this one would have come out about the same time as Tunnel of Love and some of those others.
But this song was on the greatest hits. It was one of the 4 or 5 songs he put on there that were like had never been released before. They were brand new recordings.
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
this and Murder Incorporated and a couple other. I can't remember what the other ones were. But this was released as a single. Okay,
yeah.
and it didn't do anything whatsoever. It just kind of like flopped, you know, whatever, blah blah blah. Fast forward 2 years. And Jerry Maguire came out, and this song was on the soundtrack.
Right, yeah.
And so they released a radio edit that had like dialogue from the movie.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is the best song ever!" I was like, "Wait a second, hold up.
Yeah.
This is a really good song, and it was a good song 2 years ago when it came out.
Yeah.
Not, you know, because now that it's attached to Jerry Maguire.
But we got a little bit of dialogue in it. Now you're going to show me the money.
Yeah, but it was more of the "you complete me" and
Yeah, I
the you know "you had me at hello."
Yeah, no, I was
BS
making a really
and-
terrible
I know.
joke to go along.
It was
with
all
that.
it was all that. It wasn't the Cuba Gooding Jr. stuff. Should have been. Him and Regina King, man, they had the best love story out of that entire
Yeah, they
movie.
did.
I mean, that was. What's next? Come on. Oh, we were.
I think that's it.
No, I didn't hit play. You got to hit play. Oh, you know what? Apparently, that's it.
Yay! Tape 2 down.
That's it. All right. Now the rest of these I have been through.
Uh-oh. What kind of
So,
tape is this? Is it the same as
they're
the
probably the same. This is a Sony Hi-Fi. Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same thing. This is only a 60-minute tape instead of a 90-minute tape, though. So this should go a lot faster.
Yeah. And the only reason I keep asking what kind of tape it is because that mattered back in the day.
It did. It did. I've got some nicer tapes around here, like YouTube.
Oh,
Bad.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right. This must be from your U2 phase.
And that lasted for like 20 years. I don't know what you're talking about. You say my U2 phase, that encompasses from about 1991 until I really got tired of their BS somewhere in the late 2000s. So
How many copies of Joshua Tree have you given away at this
I
point?
couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. And I did. For those that don't know, that used to be one of my, like, every Christmas I would find out people, like friends that I had that didn't have a copy of the Joshua Tree, and
Yep.
I would go out and buy like 5 or 6 copies of it, and that would be my Christmas gift.
Yeah.
My standard Christmas gift for years was either a copy of the Joshua Tree or a copy of Run with the Hunted by, which was a Charles Bukowski primer that had a bunch of his like poems and short stories and stuff in
Gotcha.
it. And those used to be the things I could, because I was 20 something and pretentious as all hell, and
Yeah.
so
Well, I have a
Hold up.
copy.
all right, this is the very end of the song.
I have
so-
a copy of the Joshua Tree.
Yes.
That you gave me for Christmas
Right.
one year. I do not have the book of poetry. Though.
Oh yeah.
So I got one of the two.
Right. That I did. I used to do that stuff all the time. I used to say that I was in my 20s and pretentious and thought
Yeah.
that I was cool. That I had this inside that other people didn't. I used to say that if I ever hit it rich, I would go to like like all the record stores around
Yeah.
and buy every copy of the Joshua Tree that they had.
And then hand them out to people.
And stand on a street corner and hand them out. It just because I was that pretentious asshole.
What do you mean was?
I've calmed down some.
You use that in the past tense. I don't understand.
Counting Crows.
Oh,
St. Robinson and his Cadillac Dream.
okay.
This is off of This Desert Life.
All right.
The last song on there, album cut, never radio, whatever.
Gotcha.
One of my favorite songs off of that album, though. Very of the era for them.
Okay.
That was their third album. It's very
Yeah.
Counting Crows. I mean, it's just it's
Yeah.
like, I still love Counting Crows. I mean,
I do too. It's just
I know.
I like the older stuff.
I'm
better
gonna
than I
have.
do the
I'm gonna
new
have to
stuff.
get you listening to this album. I'm telling you, This one and about half of the next album is really good, and then after that you start getting into some really spotty stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I say that as a fan of like, I really love the stuff that I love by them,
Yeah.
and I really don't like the stuff that I don't like by them.
Gotcha.
You know, and
Well, so you don't feel so pretentious because of me being young and me at one point thinking I was a writer. I actually own like the complete works of Allen Ginsberg edition,
Yeah.
and like I have some of Jim Morrison's poetry.
yeah, see, yeah.
And the Jim Morrison.
You just one upped me on the pretentious there.
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
Jim Morrison. So it's
I actually purchased a
Ginsberg,
book-
not that big a deal.
Yeah.
I'm okay, fine. You know, but you know that's kind of on the same level with Bukowski. You know, where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, you know, the only way they could be even worse is if it was.
the band.
That's right. I love this song.
Nazareth.
The Wait.
Oh yeah,
The Wait
yeah.
is what it's called. Most people don't realize that's the name of this song. They
Most
think it's
people-
called Take a Load Off or something.
Most
It's like-
people don't realize that it's the drummer singing.
I know. Levon Helms. I know. The thing that I always liked, because it's one of those things with him and Robbie Robertson, you know, and all that kind of stuff, is
Yeah.
like they were such a good band.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have bands that are extremely talented,
They burn out very quickly.
they burn out quickly, and also sometimes that talent gets overlooked
Yeah.
by.
The night they drove Old Dixie
I love
down.
that song. That's one of my
Oh,
favorite songs,
goodness.
man. That is, yeah, and I remember the Joan Baez version of that being like from when I was a kid. Like I
Yeah.
remember, like, you know, and so it was years later when I heard the band's version, and I was like, no, this is so much better. Dude, that I'm gonna stop. We're gonna talk about that song here for a second. Okay, the night they drove Old Dixie down. Okay, again, as someone from the South, okay.
Yeah.
Which is really funny considering that like half that band's from Canada. Actually, because Levon Helms was from Arkansas, I think, or something like that. But you know, Robbie Robertson's from Canada, and I
yeah.
think the rest of the guys are too. So it's kind of one of those weird things where you have like, you
Yeah.
know, somebody not even from the same country with someone who's from the South, and it's like, this is a really poignant song for the South,
Yeah.
you know, type thing. And I don't mean that in Confederates, you know, will rise again. It's like, no. It's a song about the post-Civil War and about a family that's trying to just survive
Yeah.
after everything, you know. And it's one of those things where, you know, and it's really, you know, he talks about his brother being killed, you know, and when Stonewall's Cavalry and all
Yeah.
this kind of stuff. And it's like, wow, this is a really poignant song.
Black Crowes.
Yeah, a little Jealous Again. Yeah. This, I always thought this was one of their better songs.
Absolutely.
This and Twice as Hard is a good one also. You know, this was like their first. This was their first release, like a first single.
Yeah.
The very first one that hit.
Yeah.
And it did okay. And then Twice as Hard came out, and it didn't get as much coverage. And then She Talks to Angel. Or no, Hard to Handle was the third
Yep.
song that they released, and
Which was a cover.
everybody went nuts for it. I'm like, guys,
That's a
their
cover.
other stuff was better.
And it's a cover.
And it's a cover. And then whenever She Talks to Angels was released, it was all over. And I hate that song now.
I still like it. Oh, go back.
Hold up.
I know exactly what that was. That was Buck Cherry.
Yeah, Lit Up.
I'm trying to figure out what this is doing on this tape, though.
I don't know.
Because that one's fairly new.
What have we had so far? We've had I love the cocaine. I love the cocaine.
That's a bad message to send after our last episode.
We do not endorse
We
the
do
use
not
of
endorse-
recreational drugs
yeah.
whatsoever. Although I could tell you some stories.
Okay, that's not helping. That's not helping at all.
I have two comments about that line. I love the cocaine. I love the cocaine. First off, Rick James said it best.
Oh, no.
When he said, cocaine's a hell of a drug. And secondly, this is from my own life. Anytime that anyone has ever told me, yeah, I tried cocaine once, I hated it, I'm like, you are a liar, and I do not want to hang out with you.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, this is the wrong message to send.
Hey, a much, much different... Hey, we went to the Replacements. This is Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is what they recorded this here. That's the Memphis Horns.
Oh,
they
okay.
recorded in Memphis. Yeah. So, yeah, this is...
Okay.
Love, man. Love this.
I know you love this band.
I love the Replacements, and I love that.
Not-
Jesus rides beside me, but he never buys any smokes. Hurry up, ain't you had enough of this stuff? And here's I love this line. Ashtrays, floors, dirty clothes, and filthy jokes.
Not to be mistaken for the band The Refreshments.
No, not the Refreshments. This is not. What was it? Fizzy. What was the name of that album? Fizzy, bubbly, something.
I don't know.
All right. Here we go. We're at another one. See what's next. Come on. That might be it.
That might be the end of the tape.
Or at least the first side.
Look in the little window, see how much tape you got left.
It's black. I can't tell.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, that's the end of the first side.
Time for side B.
This is DC Talk, Colored People.
Oh,
We got DC Talk again. This was on the Jesus Freak album also. It's actually
Okay.
it's a really good song actually.
so now that this has shown up twice, I'm maybe going to blame you for the bad mixtape.
no, the other one was not me, man.
Are you sure?
I'm
'Cause
positive.
this
I didn't
sec-
even recognize the damn songs.
This is the second time DC Talk has shown up
Yeah.
from that album.
But I tell you what, that Jesus Freak album is really good. And I say that, and it's so funny because like there was a guy that I went to college with that was in Ball State Singers with me.
Yeah.
That like, this is in like 97,
All right.
and I was really into like Tool and Marilyn Manson, and all that stuff at the time.
Yeah.
And so we're in there one day, and Joe, you remember Joe Damon?
Yes.
We were in there, and we started singing like one of DC Talk songs, and I remember Tommy was like, "Whoa, time out, time out," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You like Marilyn Manson and you like DC Talk." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I have never heard anything like that before." Another story, exact same along that same lines.
Oh,
okay,
boy, here we go.
These are all leading to stories here.
Yeah.
I used to work at CD Warehouse. Okay, the guy
Yeah.
that owns CD Warehouse was notorious about trying to get as much for as little as he could, So we had to do a complete reset one night. They sent all new fixtures and this kind of stuff. So,
All right.
so
Yeah.
me and Andy stayed over, like after they shut down one night, and we're listening to music. We're trying to put all the stuff together. We're moving all the cases into the fixtures and this and
Yeah.
that, blah blah blah. So we were like, it was like, yeah, let's play some music, blah blah blah. So we started listening to Marilyn Manson,
Yeah.
and it was Antichrist Superstar. We got maybe 3 songs into it, and the owner was just like, "Guys, I cannot handle this. Like, I cannot handle this." And I looked at Andy, and he looked at me, and Andy goes, "Don't worry, we'll fix it."
Yeah.
And he put in DC Talk. And again, Scott's like, Whoa, hold on. Let's talk about this for a second. You went from Marilyn Manson to DC Talk. We both looked at him like, yeah. I pulled that trick several times, like over the years of, we're going to listen to this, and knowing full well that they weren't going to like whatever heavy metal, whatever.
Yeah.
Can we listen to something a little less? Sure, no problem. Here, I'll put this in, and it would be like DC Talk or something. And they're like,
Yeah.
I don't understand you. I just don't understand you. It's like,
Well,
you're not
you're
supposed to. It's
Conundrum wrapped in an enigma.
I have often said I have very bipolar music.
Oh, yeah. Both of us do.
I mean, it's one of those things that you could literally you'll go in through my iTunes and be like, how do you have this next to this?
Oh. probably my favorite Bob Marley song of
Really?
all times.
I love this song. It's not my favorite Bob Marley song, though.
This song,
but this is a great song.
This song brings up memories. The bowling alley in Hendersonville had an upstairs lounge.
Yep.
That had a couple of pool
I remember
tables.
the 11th was the 11th frame.
No,
The 11th frame was the other. That's right.
That was This was the one that
the
was
lounge
upstairs, that overlooked the
right.
bowling
I know
alley.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I would go up there and fill that jukebox up with songs. I would probably put this one in the jukebox like 3 or 4 times, and sit up
Such
there
a-
and play pool for hours.
Oh yeah. This is one of those that like. When I was working in Hot Topic, okay.
Yeah.
And it was when this was like 2000, and like we had all these little like pop punk kids that worked there and stuff, and they were all listening to like Saves the Day and whatever, Juliana Theory and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, blah blah blah, and of course there was some metal like Tool would work into the blah blah blah. One of the CDs that we had that we could play, that was store play, was Bob Marley Legend. And so I would sometimes, because we had like a 5-disc changer, so I would throw that in there. And I remember this song coming on one day in the store, and the other manager that was on duty with me, because there was usually 2 of us there, the little overlap, was like, "Why are we listening to this?" And I said, "Look around the store."
Yeah.
And she turned around and looked, and everybody was kind of like bobbing up and down and just kind of going through and singing along and that kind of stuff. It's like, this is why we're listening to Bob Marley. Okay, this is.
Yep.
I have said many times there are 3 artists with a possible 4th, but I only say a possible. There are 3 artists that you go into any setting, it doesn't matter how old the people are, doesn't matter what race they are, doesn't matter their religion, doesn't matter what part of the country they are from.
Okay, so Bob Marley.
Bob Marley is one of them.
Okay.
Tom Petty.
Okay.
And Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Those are all that you put them on. It doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter how much money they have, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, I like this. My possible 4th one is Prince.
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I say possible because I have actually run into some people who do not like Prince. And
Well,
I'm
those
like,
people aren't human, and they
I
need to
know.
go back to the domain of wherever they came from.
Easy when everybody's trying. There we go.
Little GNR.
Yeah, we got to get. And my favorite GNR song on top of it all.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's your favorite?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so we got GNR on here now.
That's interesting that that's your favorite GNR song.
Yeah. I just think it's we got to be careful with that one. So.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's see what's next. And again, these are like, we're getting into my bipolar tastes in music here, where it's like, oh, Bob Marley to GNR to the Goo Goo Dolls,
This one was off the Twister soundtrack.
It was, but it was originally on Boy Named Goo.
Yeah.
Now, the version that's on the Twister soundtrack is a remix. You can tell, if you put them side by side, you can tell the difference. They did a few things to them, But yeah, this is such a love this. I know. I've always loved. I love the way that they hollow that out, where it's just the bass, drums, and the singing.
Yeah.
And the guitar is completely out of it there, and then it comes back in. And then of course the kind of call and response.
Yeah.
I guess it's not really a call and response so much, but it's like Robbie's doing the long way down,
Yeah.
and then Johnny comes in. I don't think I'll make it on my. That's pretty cool the way that they did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Kid Rock, really?
I do love this song. At the top of 4 seasons, Kid Rock, and I'm a real McCoy.
Oh, no.
Now a West sucker, because I'm gonna be a cowboy, baby.
Is that Tombstone Cowboy, or is that Brokeback Mountain Cowboy? I'm just asking for those that are interested.
I think it's more urban cowboy. How
Oh,
about that?
okay. Just asking, because
I know.
there are interested parties listening.
Let's see. All right, what's next?
I feel like this is going to be Prince for some reason. Oh, backwards masking.
I have no idea what this is.
That was interesting.
What was that?
Is there anything else there?
I don't know. Let's see.
That was really interesting, though.
Apparently it ends right. Oh, you know what? End of the tape.
Wow.
Yeah.
That last part was...
I don't know what that was.
Because it was some kind of guitar thing, and then all of a sudden it was backward mask
That's
over.
odd.
I didn't hear any talking. Over
Yeah, I didn't hear
no,
any.
no.
I didn't hear Satan or anything. So
Yeah.
it's all right. We're on to tape number 4 now. We're halfway there.
Oh, Aerosmith.
All right.
That's a good one.
That's yeah. It's all right. It's funny to hear this and like being like, yeah. At one point, I really loved this, and now I'm like, do I ever have to hear this song again? This is
the words kind of hurt.
you know, well, yeah, especially now, but
Yeah.
But it's still one of those things where it's just like, I don't know, Aerosmith again, 70s Aerosmith,
Yeah.
awesome. Give me 70s Aerosmith. That's awesome. I have no problem with it. 80s Aerosmith, there's a couple of good songs in there. I will admit I like early 90s Aerosmith. The Get a Grip album is pretty good. Living on
it's
the
not
Edge is a
bad.
good song,
Yeah.
you know. Led Zeppelin. Just thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's kind of an interesting...
This must be a classic rock mix of some sort.
Yeah.
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 Still be loving you.
One of the only tracks that Jimmy Page sings on.
Really?
He's the one that does the little drops of rain, dealing on the pain. That's Jimmy Page.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's something.
Still there. This is also one of those songs that like fades out and then fades back in.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it over? No, it's not over. Oh, here it comes. All right, here we go. Unless it's in the middle of the fade out.
Could be.
Let's see. It is. And it comes back in for this final like organ chord here.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, this is the end of
it's
it
just-
right here. This is the end of it.
Flip fade on up and...
Yeah. I don't know what. It was obviously recorded over something somewhere. Oh.
Oh, see? Here's that Queensryche Pink Floyd thing.
Yep. Another. This chord is
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to stretch your fingers.
How don't you cry?
Yeah, okay.
By the way, teardrops in your eyes.
I don't know what it was about the 90s in general.
Everybody
Like,
was trying to be the Pink Floyd.
no,
again.
across the spectrum of music, that they tried to like use big words to show how, or use words to try to prove how smart they were, like silent lucidity,
Yeah.
or copacetic, or cumbersome, or naming your band Athenaeum, or
Hey, Bobby, can you hand me that thesaurus over there? We
Or-
gotta find us some big words.
or somehow working the word placenta into your song.
Could have gone all night without hearing that
Well,
again.
you know, that live song, you know,
I know.
Lightning Crashes.
Yeah.
This is the end of this. All right, let's see what's after this.
Eagles, best of my love.
Best of my love. I do love me some Eagles. So this is tracking so far on
Yep.
some of this. Not my favorite Eagles song, but you know, it's
not a bad one though.
No, it's not. It's off of a strange album though. It was on the Border,
Yeah.
and On the Border, like On the Border has Already Gone on it,
It is the evening of the day. I sit
It's Rolling Stones.
and watch the children
It
play.
is?
As Tears Go By. This is early Stones.
Okay.
You ever remember this one?
No.
Now, famously,
But not for me.
Marianne Faithfull covered this and made it
Okay.
a bigger hit than they did, and it was also part of the her and Mick Jagger got together after she covered it.
Yeah.
So
My riches can't buy.
No, I don't know this one at
yeah,
all.
it's early Stones, like when they were trying to be the Beatles, or when the record company was trying to make them be the Beatles, type stuff. But I like a lot of that real early Stones stuff before they kind of became what is the Rolling Stones. You know, it's very British invasion-y type, This is one from a previous episode.
Look away.
Yeah.
Look away.
Call me up this morning. I know.
Somebody knows that we were talking about
That was
it.
Corey Tex. As we're playing Chicago on top of it all, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? So- yeah, when he listens to this, he'll be like, oh, yeah, hey guys, why don't you invite me over? You played Sting and you played Chicago. I should be sitting there.
Love you, Corey.
Let's see. Okay, what's next? What is next?
Bet's the end of the tape.
Are we there already?
It's only 60-minute tape.
No? Oh, well, I guess we were. Okay, we were at the end of the tape. Okay.
Yeah, I was right.
All right. Yeah, you forget that in 30 minutes, if a song is... Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This was one of your favorite. This is one that you wanted to pick for...
No, this is not one I wanted to pick
you're right.
for it.
Yeah, okay.
No, this is wholehearted. This is not more than words.
This is my argument why
I will say
Extreme
this.
is not a metal band.
That lick right there.
Oh, yeah.
I dare you to try to play it.
Don't get me wrong. Nuno Betancourt
Yeah.
is an incredible guitar player.
Right.
This is not a metal band.
Oh no. Well, I mean that's. I will have to say this about Extreme, and they definitely wore their influences on their sleeve a lot of times. You can see the Queen influence in them.
Oh, yeah.
A lot, and Queen's not a metal band. I mean that's
Queen's a rock and roller.
yes.
With some quirks.
All right, what's next? Come on.
It's just the last tape.
Gonna be like you, Dad.
Cat Stevens.
Yeah, but that came in like midway through it.
Yeah.
All right, listen to this.
The cat's in the cradle and
That's off a record.
Yeah.
I recorded this off a record. I had that 45 from. I guess my dad had the 45 from.
Okay.
And so that's where I recorded this off of. I remember that 45.
Were you doing holding a recorder right up to the speaker?
No, I had a combo. It was a tape deck, and it was a combo stereo that had
Let's listen to the record pop.
it had a record player on it, and so whenever I hooked my CD component up to it,
Yeah.
you could record all the way. It was one of those things. When in the audio or in the auxiliary, and so you could record across all of them.
Wow.
So yeah. Let's see what else we got on here. I know this is fascinating.
Steve Miller.
Oh man, this is before I knew I hated Steve Miller.
I saw him out at Starwood.
So this is probably 91, 92.
Yeah.
I would say probably 91-ish, somewhere around when I'm doing all of this. Like maybe 92. I was probably a senior in high school when I put this mixtape together because
sounds
it's got
like
all of the stuff that would have been on there.
This is a very KDF mix.
Yeah. It definitely has a lot of the stuff that I would have been listening to at the time,
Yeah.
including Steve Miller Band because I was young and didn't know better. And yeah, I'm not a big Steve Miller fan. I'm sorry. I won't take anything away from him because I know that he's like, you know, a good musician and all, but I just don't like the music that he does.
Yeah.
And it's like that with a lot of people. I say that about several people. So.
That concert. Oh. We're now into movie soundtrack Bryan Adams.
Yeah, so this would have definitely been 91, 92 because this came out that summer. Okay. Here's the fun thing about this.
See, you may have to answer to Crimes Against Music on this one.
This right here, I can tell you, I recorded this directly off of the Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because it was released on there first, and the rest of that album is all like the score to the
yeah.
And this is the only song on there.
Yeah.
And then later on, whenever he released Waking Up the Neighbors, they put this song on there also.
Yeah.
So, but you know it's true. I'm not going to do it. So
Thanks. I appreciate that.
But that song was huge that year.
Yeah,
I mean, it was huge. I guarantee you a lot of people, you know, had their first dance at their weddings to that song.
Oh, I'm sure.
Got engaged to that song. And I'm sure there's a lot of people lost their virginity to that song too. So, speaking of losing your virginity to a song,
Skid Row.
I have to say, and I will go to bat for this one.
Okay.
All the hair metal ballads, this is probably the best one.
No, I agree.
I mean, hands down. There are other, like, Every Rose Has Its Thorn is one of those songs that everybody knows.
Yeah.
But this is probably the best of all of them.
I remember when
and there's some other good ones, you know.
I remember when this album came out.
Oh, yeah.
I was 15.
Yeah, it came out in 89, yeah.
15 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
I had just started taking driver's ed in Illinois, and it was the driver's ed teacher and four of us in a, I think it was a Chevrolet Corsica or something, four-door car. And that was the only tape we'd listened to the entire time we were doing the driving portion.
Album.
The driving teacher hated us by the time it was over.
Right.
But some of my best memories are in that car learning how to drive, all four of us singing every song. And
see where we are.
That was during the same time that I had my fake snakeskin boots with the big gold metal toe on them. And
okay.
what the heck is this?
This is Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Yeah, but this doesn't fit in with anything else on this album. We went from Skid Row to,
I know.
There's that bipolar music test.
This was, I really got into Simon and Garfunkel when I was a senior in high school.
Okay.
Part of it was getting into my dad's record collection.
Yeah.
And I love this song. And this is one of those songs, like Art Garfunkel's got such a great voice.
He does.
And this is one of the, if I could have one wish, is to have his vocal range. I mean, just
I get that.
Dude, I would do ungodly things to get this vocal range to be able to sing this song. You know, I mean, it just listen to this.
It's not a great recording.
Well, I think what it is that since we're going mono into this, we're not getting everything out of it. So, because it kind of sounds like the vocals are in one side of
yeah, maybe
a little bit. So, a lot of old recordings a lot of times are done like in a stereo pan, here and that and that kind of stuff. So it's okay. Yeah, that is kind of a
Eagles again. Desperado.
Again, love this song.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta turn this up. Just give it a minute.
Desperado.
Such a great song.
You know, and I remember like telling you about, or sharing it with you, because the album Desperado, because like
Yeah.
I really got into the Eagles, and so I didn't just go out and get their greatest hits. I went and bought all their stuff.
Yeah.
The album Desperado is like all Western themed, like everything on there is. And I think I've told you this, or I know I've told you this before. What most people don't know, they had a song called Doolin Dalton. It's the opening track.
Yes.
Okay, and it's it's an old West thing. You know, it's really a cool song. And then Desperado's later in the album. The very last song on the album is called Doolin Dalton Desperado Reprise.
Yeah. And they blend the two together.
But they're two new verses for both songs.
Yeah.
And so most people don't know that there's actually more to the Desperado, and it's such a good album. I know a lot of people hate the Eagles, but I'm just like, all right, fine, you know, everybody doesn't have to like the same stuff, you know. But
No, but
did you turn it down, or is it
no,
up?
I haven't turned it down.
Okay,
It's still up.
just making sure, because apparently
I bet it's the end of the tape.
it might be the end of the tape. It
I'm
sure
correct.
is. All right. That's a good way to go out. Go out with Desperado. So, let's see.
How many
Another
more tapes you got over there? Good grief.
Another.
Looks like they're all Sonys.
I don't know what some of this is. I don't know why they're here, especially that one. Okay, what is this? Yeah, it looks like they're all Sonys. All right, so we're into the next one. This is going to be one of our long episodes. Hopefully it's not long and boring to you, everybody that's listening.
Hula Shaker.
Kula Shaker.
Hula
Not
Shaker.
hula.
Yeah, okay.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's them covering Deep Purple
Yeah.
with what's the name of the song? What's the name of the song? Hush. That's the name of the song. It's Hush. This was on the I Know What You Did Last Summer soundtrack.
This is actually my favorite version of this song.
This is a really good version of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Here's something interesting I found out.
Okay.
The lead singer, I forget, his last name is Mills. I can't remember his first name.
Okay.
I did not know this till recently.
Yeah.
Haley Mills' son.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Uh-huh. Now, I do know that this is one of those bands that whenever you start talking about like the Britpop from the 90s,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, you get Oasis and Blur and, you know, Stone Roses and all that kind of stuff. Kula Shaker is a point of contention with a lot of people because they're not real Britpop. They're, you know, whatever. I'm like, all right, fine. You know, they are what they are. You know, it's
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
All right, we're into that one again.
Now we're starting to see your tendencies to repeat.
I'm thinking that this, because like I said, I've already gone through and listened to, you know, kind of scan through this. I think this tape is maybe it only has 2 songs on it. Let's see. I think, no,
Billy Idol.
Rebel Yell. I think that this tape is I was playing with Ronnie and Colin at the time, like this is like 98,
Okay.
and I think these were like potential cover songs.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen you guys try to pull off that Hush.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You got to have an organist to do that song.
Yes,
you
you do.
really do. I mean, it's like, and that's that. Yeah, but that is a great. I've always liked this. I even like the Deep Purple song version of it. You know.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Let's see what.
Still Billy Idol.
Hey, you can't go wrong with Billy Idol. I mean, honestly, it's except for his cover of "L.A. Woman," just because I freaking hate the Doors.
I was gonna say I don't mind it, but then again, I like the Doors.
Yeah. All right. What's next? Let's see. No, it's just again, it's those long pauses in between songs that maybe this was not what I think it was. Maybe this wasn't stuff to cover, but I love this song.
My name is Jonas. I'm carrying the wheel.
You're not commenting. Are you not familiar?
Thanks for all you shown us.
I remember it vaguely. I can't remember who the band is.
Weezer.
Is it Weezer?
Yeah, this is the opening track to the Blue album.
Come sit next to me. Pour yourself some tea.
For some reason, it didn't sound like Weezer.
My Name is Jonas is the name of it, yeah. I think this is one of those that one of these days whenever we, and I know we're going to do it one day, we do like albums with the best, like with great opening songs. That one's going to make it on there.
That's a good one.
I mean, it does. It starts off with that little, and then all of a sudden it's, my name is Jonah. You know, it's just like, wow, this is, you know.
I didn't really pick up Weezer until Pinkerton. Oh, Bangles. Cover.
Yes.
It's a cover.
Of?
Whiter Shade of Pale. No.
Wrong song, wrong
You're
band.
right. You're right.
Hazy Shade of Winter.
That's it.
Who was the original though?
I don't know.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Was it Simon
Yeah.
Garfunkel? I was thinking of Procol Harum.
Yeah, that's Whiter Shade of Pale.
Whiter Shade of Pale.
This though is one of the cover is superior to the original.
Yeah,
by far.
I agree.
And also, it's one of those things. You know, this was on the Less Than Zero soundtrack.
Yes.
And especially the way this is recorded with that guitar, that real dirty and that hard hitting drum, it's perfect for that soundtrack.
Absolutely.
Especially if you've seen Less Than Zero. I mean, that's
if you hadn't, you would probably should go
really
back and
need
watch
to.
it.
And I'm sure Robert Downey Jr. has a real tough time going back and watching it because he lived that thing.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
So,
David Lee Roth.
Dance the Night Away.
No, it's Van Halen.
Van Halen.
That's straight up Van Halen.
Yeah. I've always liked this. I'm not, and we've talked about this. I'm not a huge like David Lee Roth era Van Halen fan.
Yeah.
I've always liked this one.
I like both Van Halen and Van Hagar.
I like Van Hagar better. That's just me, though. I know that most people think I'm weird for that. But
No, I mean there are people that are
I know.
they're one camp or the
oh
other.
no, believe me, I've started fights before.
Yeah.
About this, like full on arguments.
I tend to have a foot in both camp. Yeah, there we go. Paradise City.
Got some more Guns N' Roses.
GNR.
This is definitely not covers because there's no way I could ever sing this, even if I tried.
Yeah, nobody can really do.
Dude, if you
Axl,
what's his name? Miles
Kennedy.
Kennedy's does a pretty good. I'm not what movie plays. He doesn't do a good Axl Rose. He does a good. He's good at singing
The songs.
The songs.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he sat in with them, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because Axl didn't show, and they did.
Yeah.
This and Sweet Child of Mine, and it was like, dude, he actually did a really good job,
Yeah, he did. Oh,
but
that was the end of the song. Here
it's
we go.
kind of like anything else, though, where you're like, but it's not the original. It's not the, it's
yeah.
So, I bet we're at the end of the tape or the end of the first side of it anyway. I think that was it.
60-minute tape.
Yep. All right. Hopefully, you guys are still with us up.
Prince. Let's go crazy.
Yep. Another. Hold on. I'm gonna try to see if I can get just there. I remember the first time hearing this song back in 1984. I was 10 years old, and really not being as knowledgeable about music as I would be later. Hearing this song and being like, okay, this is, and then this happened.
Yeah.
And at that young of an age and not being very well versed in music going, that's good. It's just like, and then like years later, like actually learning like just how good that is, you know?
Oh yeah.
But I'd always maintained that Prince was like a highly underrated guitar player. You know, we've talked about it plenty of times, and that's just he was all of this. He's an entertainer. He's a great songwriter. You know, he was a great producer. He's all this blah 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 blah. But his guitar playing was always kind of like people didn't talk about it enough. I didn't feel, you know. And now that he's been gone for 5 years, we've had a lot more people who start talking about it. It's like it took you long enough.
Yeah,
he should have been talking about this all along.
Quiet Riot.
Yep.
Come on, feel the noise.
Yep. That's what that is. All right.
I like that album. Say what you will about it.
I know, but I'm not a big fan of that song, though. I told you my story about that.
That's a cover, too.
It is a cover. I know. It was Slade that did it. And the day that I saw Billy Bob at Showbiz Pizza doing that song was the day that I stopped liking it. So. And that's a true story. That actually happened. And I was like, I'm done.
You haven't really lived until you've seen Teddy Ruxpin sing it, though.
Teddy Ruxpin doesn't really sing it, though. All it does is just plays the music.
You know what I mean.
I know. That was always the joke. He's like, yeah, you put a Metallica album, see what he does. Is like he's not going to move his mouth unless it's actually one of the tapes that he's supposed to do. So. These are the Commitments.
Oh, is it?
It's Treated Right, yeah.
Okay.
You know the song. It's the "Gonna Tell You a Story." You know, it breaks down here in a minute. You know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that's we may have to do an episode about The Commitments.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I'm gonna have to watch it again.
You know, it's, and it's an old, all of the stuff that they did was covers. You know, was all old, soul Motown stuff. You know, and but yeah, it was just.
But it was.
I remember seeing that movie and just being blown away immediately. Like, whoa, what is this? You know.
Yeah.
And Andrew Strong with his vocals are just so out there. You know, like, whoa, what is this? You know.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Why does he have such a big voice? Oh, look, there you go again.
Allison Road. That's twice.
This is a different song. This is a different tape, though. So
yeah.
I do, and again, I do love that song. And I love the band, you know. So it's I always thought that would be a good cover, you know, somewhere to do. And wait a second, was that? No, because that was a different. We're on a different tape now. So
what is this? What is it? Feels like the end of the tape.
No.
You sure?
Pretty sure. Nope. Okay, this is an odd one to be on here.
Is that Styx?
You recognize it?
No.
Okay, it's on the Dazed and Confused soundtrack. It's Fox on the Run. It's Black Oak, Arkansas.
I should have known that. Mm-hmm. I actually have some Black Oak, Arkansas vinyl somewhere.
But I always thought this was, because it's one of, like, you know, when you look at that Days of Confused soundtrack, they've got all these, like, you know, you got Slow Ride and, you know, all this stuff. And it's like, oh, this real big, blah, blah, blah. And then this song's on there, and it's like, wait, this is a good song. Like, it's not a really well-known song.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't quite make it into the classic rock pantheon that we know. On the run, and he gets into that real, you know, all right, cool, you know.
And if you're not familiar with Black Oak, Arkansas, you need to go look them up.
Yeah, yes, they are definitely a different classic rock era.
Yes, yes, they are.
But I always liked like the weird stuff and the wait. This is a little off center from what normally, you know.
I actually don't know where some of my vinyl is right now, but I've got some Black Oak, Arkansas in there. There's Brian Adams again.
It's the same song. Yeah, I got like
Yeah.
a knife again. Wow. Okay, so that's the third song that we've got on multiple tapes here. We might be getting near the end of the first song. Yep, there it is. Oh,
Took
no,
it.
no.
Oh, there's something else there?
Maybe? Sounds like... Hold on, let's see. Maybe we're at the beginning, end of the tape. We're not at the end of it, but I think we might be at the end of what's actually on here. Because it seems like there's less tape than what you would need to record something. So, you know how that works.
Oh, yeah.
You got to monitor this stuff. Like, oh, I don't want the song to end right, and halfway in. So let's see what we got.
That's Cooler Shaker again. And it's Hush Hush again.
Was that the second side of that tape? Oh, yeah, we're back around.
It's like, why are we back at Cooler Shaker?
Into that tape. I'm going to start with this one because I don't understand this. This tape is I don't know what it is. It is a...
What does it say on it?
It just says audio, 60 minute.
Okay.
It's obviously a pretty cheap...
I bet it's a sermon of some sort.
I don't know.
It looks like a tape that they would use
It
to
does kind of look like something you'd use
record
to
a preacher.
I know, but you and I both have done that enough times.
Oh,
So
yeah.
It's, they would always get the cheapest tapes for that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, if
And,
you're going to have to duplicate
I
them
know,
and send
I
out,
know. Nice.
That's Ramones Palisade Park, isn't it?
Yeah, it's their cover of Palisades Park.
How dare you record over a preacher with the Ramones?
It's not a preacher tape. And I would in a heartbeat, okay? It's with me. I love this. The Ramones did a ton of covers.
Yeah.
And they always did they always Ramones'd up whatever, song that they did. But some of them, I remember hearing that one the first time and going, no, that song's perfect, because I remember the song,
Yeah,
from listening to the oldies radio station with my mom. And I was like, no, this is perfect. This is a perfect Ramones song. This sounds like something they would actually record, write and everything,
No, I agree.
So, yeah, that whole album, Brain Drain, because it's on the Brain Drain album.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and it's such a good album. That was the album that really got me listening to them. Oh wow, these guys are good,
Okay.
And a friend of mine had it and let me borrow the CD. I was like, wow, this is And I had been introduced to the Ramones prior to that, but it was really borrowing that CD for a couple weeks to where I was like, oh, these guys are good.
Nice.
So let's see what's after this. Watch, that's the only thing on here. Nope.
CCR.
Yep. Looking out my back door. I know. And I do love... I love CCR. I love CCR.
Yeah.
And I always thought this was an odd song. Lyrically, this is a really odd song.
Yeah.
It's just... But it's such a... good old...
Yeah. Next.
There's a giant doing cartwheels and a statue wearing high heels. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn.
Yeah.
What have you been smoking, huh?
Exactly. He's been sitting in his kitchen smoking something
looking
illicit.
out my back door. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... You gotta love that Vietnam era music.
Yeah. There's another Matthew
We've
Sweet
got
again.
four that we...
There's four that's yeah.
That you've duplicated.
Yeah, we're almost out of tapes. So
I can't believe that you didn't get any Matthew Sweet Girlfriend on any of these tapes.
that's actually a good album from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Counting Crows.
Little Angels of the Silences. Yep. And you know what's funny is that that's a good song, but I don't like the studio version of it that much.
Really?
Yeah, because I've listened to Across the Wire so many times, and that the live version of it.
Okay.
I like the live version better. It's got a lot more. This has got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
The live version has got a crap ton of energy. I mean, it's just like, it's a.
Okay.
This should be the end of the song. Come on. He's gone.
Oh, we should get out already. Leave.
I think he's gone. So, yeah, I don't think that I listened to this one all the way through either.
There's no telling what's on
there.
this.
There really isn't. I mean, oh,
okay. So
this is the rock remix of
Yeah.
this. So this is the one Dave Grohl is doing all the guitar work on this. Yeah, a little Puff Daddy and the Family. All about the Benjamins. Yeah, that's a. Ballers, shot callers, ballers.
yeah, that's a strange transition from Counting Crows into this.
I know.
Even if it is Dave Grohl.
I know, but that's the rock remix of that. That's and again, that's a. I like that version better than the original. You know,
Yeah.
it's also, you remember the video for it?
Yeah.
Where they're. All right, let's see what else we got here. Chloe, what's wrong?
That's Prince. Oh, you're right. It's not.
It's garbage.
Yep.
It's the number one crush.
Okay. I thought it was Diamonds and Pearls there for a minute, or Get Off.
Yeah.
Because Get Off kind of had
sorry,
it.
that's
Yeah.
kind of has that. Yeah. No, this is. Okay, let's talk about this song for a second. This was on the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack.
Yes.
Terrible movie, great soundtrack.
What?
Oh, it's a terrible movie.
No, you shut your
Terrible
mouth.
movie.
I love this
Terrible
movie.
movie.
It's not a terrible movie.
Baz Luhrmann cannot make movies.
I like this movie.
So
My
this-
wife would agree with you, though.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it.
This is, and don't get me wrong, I'm all about like taking Shakespeare and trying to update it and do different things,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. I just did not. It's all style over substance. It's just there's too many quick edits and half the time the actors aren't acting. They're just kind of screaming the lines for no reason whatsoever, and it's like, what's going on here? Now again, the whole Claire Danes of it all, you want to see that, Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio in those roles makes perfect sense. And the guy that played Mercutio,
Yes.
was amazing. It's Michael from Lost.
Yes.
And I was just like, whoa, I loved him in that role.
Yeah.
The rest of that movie's garbage.
You know who else was in the movie that most people forget about?
Jamie Kennedy. What's his
John
name? John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. He
Yeah.
played Tybalt. Yeah. And it's one of those things where I'm just like, anyways, this song, I liked Garbage because, their
Yeah.
album had been out or whatever. This song was on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And this was the, oh, okay. I already like Shirley Manson a lot, but
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh no, I like Shirley Manson.
All right. All right. I get it.
And also, that's just the beat and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, my goodness. It's like, yeah, I could definitely see a girl dancing to this one on stage. So.
Oh, no. How did I know you were going to go there with that? What is this? Oh. Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let me see who the artist is. Until I found you.
This is why you wanted to do this. Okay. I get it now. I see now why you were trying to force me to help you cover this.
We weren't covering this.
Yeah, at one point we were doing a cover
Were we?
of this.
No, we weren't.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we were. And then we had a fight. We ran off the bass player and the.
No, we didn't do this song then. This is Teenage Fan Club.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. Okay, this is off of the soundtrack for the movie Threesome. You remember that movie from
No.
the early night? It's got Laura Flynn Boyle and Stephen Baldwin, and I can't remember the other dude's name. But it's one of those things that, like, it was one of those, like, early 90s, you know, it's... Okay.
Nice.
Matthew Sweet again covering this. This was on Saturday Morning's Greatest Hits. There were some really good covers on this, and there were some really bad covers on this, too. This was probably the standout of all the songs on it. I remember, like, getting this album and hearing this song and going, oh, this is perfect.
Yes.
No, this is perfect. This is... Yeah. Scooby-Doo, be ready for your act. Don't hold back. Scooby-Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack. Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And hold on, I want to get to it. I love the way he ends this song. You, Scooby-Doo, I know you'll catch that villain. I know, here it is, catch that villain. Because it just, you know, the original song just kind of ends.
Yeah.
No. I love the way he ends that. That just...
Yeah. That's nice.
It is. It's real. And again, Matthew Sweet is he's one of those musicians that you're like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Most people remember Girlfriend. They might remember, you know, the song that I've put on a couple of things now. I can't remember the lyric. I can't remember the name of it. But it's one of those things when you start digging into it, it's like, dude, this guy's good. You know, like he was a good songwriter.
Soul Asylum.
It is Soul Asylum.
I did my best.
Yes. Yep, off of Let Your Dim Light Shine. I still love this song. We've talked about it before. It's got lyrics like this whole, man. In my opinion, if you were ever going to pull out a song that was like the embodiment of depression, it would be this song.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you get to this next lyric here. Here we go. Here we go. I mean, that again, if you were going to say, give me a song that encapsulates the feeling of depression, it would be that song, you know? Because, you know, it's in the chorus, you know, I did the best that I could do with all these things that I've been through. What else did you expect me to do? I did the best. I did my best for you.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that is... All right, there's the end of it. Yeah, that Soul Asylum, again, you get into those 90s albums, and they're just so good.
Live album.
Oh, I know what this is. See if you can pick it out before it starts. As soon as the guitar starts, you're going to know it. This was a live reunion album.
Oh, it's Fleetwood Mac.
Yep, The Chain.
Yeah.
This is when the dance that they did on MTV, you know, like they put the album out. This is it. Yeah. Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah.
another. People sleep on him as a guitar player.
Oh yeah.
They're just like, all right, we all know the song, you know.
Listen to the wind blow. Ooh,
That was bad, I know.
that was terrible.
I have to go back and listen to that again.
No.
Not us. I'm talking about the actual song. It's been a while. I hadn't heard that song in a long time.
You need to find the key on that, my friend.
Hold on. And I'll be honest, I was never a big Fleetwood Mac fan until I watched that.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of watched it just on, okay, it's on, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, these guys are good. Fleetwood Mac. Probably my favorite Fleetwood Mac song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, Go Your Own Way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine playing in a band with your ex and you've gone through a major breakup and you're writing these songs about each other and you have to play them night after night after night?
Well, it's like that meme.
I know. Yeah, Taylor Swift wrote all these songs about her ex,
Yeah.
and Stevie Nicks wrote them and made her ex play them every night.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's true. You know, it's of course, there's no comparison between the two whatsoever.
Well,
No.
oh, there
Look
you go.
again. There's another repeat.
Starting to see a trend here, my friend. The only difference between, you know, one's a girl and the other one's a full-blown witch.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't mess with her because she will legitimately curse you.
Maybe, if you believe in that stuff. You know me. I'll tempt fate. All right. Let's see what's next.
End of tape.
No, we're not quite there.
Counting crows.
More Counting Crows, yep. Anna Begins. Again, this is one of those, and I love this groove for one thing. I've always loved this. Lyrically, this is another one of those songs that turn it down a little bit.
Sorry,
It's another
this
one
is
of
one of my favorite songs.
I know.
I was caught up in it.
It's another one of those songs that lyrically, if you've ever been, it's a great like example of indecision at the beginning of a relationship. Like when you've been in it for just a little bit of time, but you're at that point of, is this going to become a thing?
Yeah.
Or is it time, or is this where I jump off of it?
Yeah.
And the way that he progresses through this song, of where he's saying, you know, it doesn't bother me to say if this isn't love, then you don't have to talk about it, blah, 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 to the end of it, to where he's like, you know, and every time she sneezes, I think it's love, and oh, I'm not ready for this sort of thing, you know, and that kind of stuff, you know, and Anna Begins to change my mind. And then what happens at the end of it? Then she disappears.
Yep.
And it's like he's having all this indecision about whether or not he wants to continue this relationship, and then she ends it.
Yep.
That I've always thought that was pretty brilliant songwriting.
I'm not overly concerned.
Now that is one of the songs that I will say I like the recorded version better than I like the live versions.
Yeah. Police.
Yeah. Or is it?
It's the police. It's every breath you take.
I know, but is it the police or is it?
No, it's the police.
It's not P. Diddy?
No. It's police.
Yeah. That's there. Yeah.
Because when P. Diddy did it, he added some drum tracks
know,
that completely throws off the sound, and he should be thoroughly slapped about the head for doing it.
You remember when they went back and did the hold on. Remember when they went back after the song had been out for a little while? The I'll Be Missing You.
Yeah.
And then they put Sting's bridge vocals back into it.
Yeah.
But they're in a different key.
Yeah.
And when they modulate back down into the key that P. Diddy was that you know Faith Evans was singing in, it was one of the worst modulations I have ever heard. I mean, it's like abrupt.
Oh, yeah.
We're here, now we're here. And
Yeah.
it's just like, no. You should have been able to do that so much better. It's
like, wow, you need to go back and relearn your Pro Tools a little bit. Ramones.
I want to be sedated.
24 hours ago.
It was one of those great songs that they only wrote 2 verses, and so they just repeated them
Yeah.
over and over again. I don't know. There's something kind of interesting about songs where they do like, and maybe like only write 1 verse and then they just do it twice.
Yeah.
There's also that's it. That's it for that tape.
Yay.
All right, one more tape left.
Oh, no.
We're only 2 hours in.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
This is a 90-minute tape.
This was not my idea. Matchbox 20.
More Matchbox 20. This is another good song. This was the 5th song that they released off the album, like as a single, and I think kind of got lost in the. We've had a lot of Matchbox 20, you know, and it's again, I love that chorus. You know, everyone here knows everyone here is thinking about somebody else.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's.
Hello, is there anybody there?
Is there anybody out there?
Just not if you can hear me.
No. No. I wasn't even doing that part. Remember, that's like right before he says, you have that spoken, is there anybody out there?
Oh.
And then it comes in. You go, hello. Yeah, it's like some of my favorite stuff on the wall are like little bits and pieces of songs and music and spoken word and stuff that happens in between, you know?
Can anybody here remember?
Exactly.
Virulent.
Virulent. Not Evil Lyn. That's a He-Man character.
Yeah.
Is there nothing else on here?
I don't know. I'm exhausted at this point. I'm mixing up songs.
Yeah, Vera Lynn. She's the one that sang that song. Yeah, we'll meet again.
Yeah.
Don't know where, don't know when.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
That might be the only thing on this tape.
Wow. Flip it over. See what else is there.
We'll have to flip it. Smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh, no.
You had to bring Belle Biv DeVoe into it. You just had to do it, didn't you?
That's funny that this is the only song on here. Is it turned up?
Yeah, it's turned up. I haven't ever turned it down.
All right, well, then let's flip this around to the other side and see if there's something there. We might be done.
We can only.
I can't believe there's only 1 song on that. That's odd. I mean, it's very plausible that something like that would happen, you know, where it's just I meant to fill out the rest of the tape and got sidetracked and never came back to it or something or whatever, but
Nothing yet, huh?
I'm rewinding it all the way because that was the first side.
Okay.
So that was the only song on the let's see if there might be something on the second side.
Nice.
I'm hearing nothing. Wow. Well, that was kind of
That was anticlimactic. He had to go back to the other side just to check.
Apparently, there's only 1 song on that, and it was what was the name of the song again? Back to Good. That was the name of it. It's Matchbox 20's Back to Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's obviously in the 90s. I enjoyed doing this kind of stuff, and it's kind of all over the place. And other than the one tape that we're just like, what in the world?
We have decided we're going to blame Brody on it, and he's going to have to be brought to justice.
That is a bizarre tape, and I don't know where it came from. I mean, I have no idea. I don't have any other tapes like this, like actually this brand of cassette tape or anything.
Yeah,
so
let's be clear. You usually, when you were making mixtapes, there was only 1 or 2 brands that you trusted.
I had a bunch of Sonys, obviously.
You were a Sony guy. I was a TDK,
yeah.
TDK and Maxell.
And see, that's a Maxell. But I don't know. That's so bizarre. I can almost guarantee you that I have other tapes around somewhere. But we're not even going to talk about it. So anyways, guys, I know we've spent 2 hours doing this. We've gone through all this, and Dave's about to fall asleep on me here.
Yeah.
But, hopefully you will enjoy some of this, some of our commentary anyway, and you can kind of get we kind of got an insight into the Alan's mind of the 1990s. a 20-something, Alan Smith's mind, and so that's kind of we got an episode. I got nothing at this point.
Well, it's also it's 11:30 at night.
Yeah, so well, that's not late. I don't know what you're talking about. Pansy.
I got old.
I know. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'm not going to try to put together a YouTube playlist for this because you get to hear everything here. You can go look it up. Maybe you can tell us what some of those songs were that we had no idea on the front end of it. And if you can, definitely email us and let us know, or drop in comments or something. I don't know. So anyways, I'm Alan Smith.
I used to be the other guy, Big Dave.
And we'll see you next time with something completely different.
I hope so. See ya.